welcome back to my channel. So this is another quick tutorial on my bob faux locks. So if you are old to my channel, you already know the drill. If you're new, I'm just going to explain real quick what it is I did and what I'm going to be doing. So this unit was made with a frontal. As you can see, I bleached the knot of the frontal and I just used I used a dome cap and I sewed the lace frontal on the dome cap and caught the cap underneath the frontal. If you don't know how to do all of this, there are lots of tutorials on YouTube showing you how to do this. So it's pretty much not a big deal. It's just really easy to sew on this. Any dome cap is okay for this unit. Any cap at all. If you want to use adjustable straps, caps with adjustable straps, that's okay. As long as it's a cap, whatever, it's fine. And the frontal is from AliExpress, for those that always ask. Just Google. It's all over the internet. So this is what I've done so far. But I'm just going to show you real quick what I did. Like I said, it's very easy. I just have the baby hair in front. This is the hair that I used. Janet Collection Afro Twist Braid. The color is purple. I'm not sure how many packs I've used so far. I didn't count. I just kept taking. But I think it's about 6 or 7 packs. I don't know. I'm not sure. And then I'm using my yarn. I'm using a yarn and also a needle and thread. So I'm just gonna show you real quick what I did at the back. So I'm just gonna take my needle and thread and just pass it through. Cut it. And then grab my yarn. I'm using 6 strands of yarn at the back. And I'm going to be using 4 strands at the front. But at the back, I'm using 6. So that's 6 strands, 2, 4, 6. Put it in between. Tie it up. Put it in between and tie it. And then I usually like to braid just about an inch. I mean, if you don't want to braid, that's fine, but I don't know. I just love to braid about an inch before I start to wrap. So that's it. I braid about here. And then I grab my Marley hair. I like to cut the ends because it tends to tangle. And I just separate it with my hands. I don't like to use the combs because the comb takes out the hair a lot. So I'm going to have lots. So I just do it with my hands. I save more hair when I use my hands and I use a comb. It takes more time using your hands, but I'd rather do that so I can save my hair. Okay, so this is it separated. Just gonna grab the end, split it, and just fix it and start to wrap. That's it. It's very easy. Very, very easy. When you wrap, make sure it's not too tight. Make sure you don't wrap so tight. And make sure it's not so loose. Now, if it's too tight, obviously the strands are going to be really stiff. And you don't want that. It's not going to be relaxed on the hair. It's just going to be really stiff. As you see, this is flexible. It can bend easily. If it's too tight, if you wrap too tight, it's not going to be able to bend freely. It's just going to be stiff and extending. And then if you wrap too loosely, the at the end of the day, the wrapping is going to start to slide off. So you want to be at the middle, like not too tight, not tight, not loose. Now I know some of you may be wondering why I'm using yarn instead of regular hair. Well, that's because with the yarn, it's lighter than if I were to use maybe expression braiding hair or any hair extension. Those are usually heavier than the yarn. The yarn is usually light. So when you're doing full locks, especially on the wig, you want to be very careful because I like to think as full lock as a 2-in-1 style. This is because I feel like you're using it like you're doing a 2-in-1 style because first you have to use an extension underneath to like braid. That's one, and then you're taking an extra strand and you're wrapping it. So that's like 2-in-1. So it's like that's why it's usually heavy. So you want to try as much as possible to make it not so heavy. Oh my god, this is getting on my nerves. So that's why I use the yarn, because the yarn is so much lighter than if I were to use regular hair. Another way you can make it light is if you use marley hair as the inner base, but I'm sure you can't use marley hair because this is really expensive. The pack that I just showed you is like $5.99, and it comes with just really few strands, so that's really expensive. So it's either you have to use a regular extension or a yarn, but regular extension is so much heavier, so that's why I'm using the yarn. Now with this yarn, you want to be really careful because it's black, obviously, so when you're wrapping, you want to make sure you conceal the black and leave no space once you wrap, because if you don't wrap very well, at the end of the day, the black is going to be showing inside, so you want to be careful about that. If you're using black marley hair, that's fine. I mean, not to say you should do a crappy job, but I'm just saying. So just keep wrapping. When you're out of hair, grab a second piece and just continue from where you start, like so. Just keep wrapping. Wrap. And one thing I noticed about this brand is that it has lots of flyaways, and I hate that. I don't know what I'm going to do with the flyaways, but let me finish. I think I'm going to have to start trimming the flyaways one after the other. Like, it's just a lot of work. It's ridiculous. The other brand I use is also Genet Collection, but it's a different one. It's the 80-inch one, the one I always use. That one is so much better. I couldn't find the color purple, that's why I got this one. That one has less flyaways, so if you're using regular black or 1B, I think you should go for that one. It's usually neater. It's usually way neater than this one. This one is so rough. So just keep wrapping, and then you measure with the ones you have, just to make sure it's not longer or shorter. And then once you've measured and you see it's the same length, all you have to do is just, I usually like to take one piece of the yarn and wrap it underneath. Now with this part, you want to be really careful because it's black. So you want to make sure the knot is at the very end of the braid. So I just do it one time, and then I take a little piece from the purple and just wrap it around. This is to cover the yarn the black yarn, the knots that I had, so it doesn't show. I know you're gonna be like, oh, why not just use the Marley hair to tie the knot in the first place? Well, I feel like the yarn is stronger. The knot in the yarn is gonna be way stronger than the Marley hair. That's why I'm using it. So all you do is just cut it, and then you just grab your lighter and you just burn. You want to be careful not to, so you don't burn yourself on this one. Just keep burning to secure it. And yeah, this doesn't snag. Some of you may ask, oh, is it gonna get on my clothes and kind of like rip the clothes, or no, not rip the clothes, sorry, like make it snag. I don't know the word to use, but no, this is not gonna do that because it's a yarn. Yarn usually don't do that. If I was using regular xpression or any kind of cotton hair as the inner hair, then you are likely to have that, but because I am using a yarn, you're not going to have that. Yarn is usually smooth. So that's it, you know, just keep doing it. And that's pretty much what I did at the back part of the hair. I just did that the same way. So if you're wondering about the spacing, this is what the spacing looks like. Okay. And I didn't start from the very bottom of the cap. I went up a little bit. So that's it. So usually this is what I do at the back, and then I just keep feeling it to see. As you can see, there's no space. So when the client have it on, you're not going to see the cap. So yeah. So now let's move to the front section of the hair. So I parted in a vertical way. That's how I part. I just keep parting like that, and then I do that because I want the client to part their units anywhere. As you can see, they can part here, they can part here, so that's why I make it that way. So I just part in a vertical way and just keep braiding. Okay, so for the front parts, I use 4 yarn. I said that before. I'm using 4 because at the back there's no hair, and at the front there's hair. So this hair automatically count as 2 yarn. So that's why I use 4 at the front and 6 at the back. So you just take 2 pieces and cross it on each other and make it 3 strands as usual, and just take regular way and braid any way you grip. It's fine. This is how I grip. You don't have to grip the same way, but yeah, you just take it and just braid. And that's it. Braid about 1.5 inches or 1 inch. This is it. You just grab your Marley hair. Make sure you separate it. Don't forget to separate it. Like I said before, it's easier for you to work with when you separate it, or, well, not separate it, like unravel it, you know. Take out the, just have it nice like this. So just pick like so. And just wrap. I like to start wrapping from the roots. When you get to the frontal part and you wrap from the roots, try not to be too tight. You want to wrap loosely, because if it's too tight, then the frontal, remember it's a fabric, it's just gonna scrunch up together. Like, it's, if you wrap too tight, it's how am I gonna say this? Like, it's not gonna be smooth. Like, you're gonna see it coming together because it's a fabric. It's not like a regular head where, you know, it's just gonna be tight, but the skin is not really gonna move together. But with the fabric, it's just gonna come close together. So make sure you don't wrap too tight at the root, and don't wrap too tight in general. But with the roots of the frontal parts, you want to make sure your weight it's loose, not so tight. Well, I don't know how to explain it, but if you're getting yours done, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. But I guess some of you already understand. But just keep wrapping. Keep wrapping and then measure. Don't forget to measure to make sure it's the same length with the others. Okay, now we're good. It's about the same length. So as usual, I'm just gonna take a piece of my yarn and just tie a knot. I tie a knot only once, and then I just take a thin piece of my Marley hair, and I just use that to wrap around the knots of the yarn. That's to conceal the yarn from showing. I already told you why I use the yarn to tie a knot rather than Marley hair. So that's it. Grab your scissors, cut, grab your lighter, burn. Careful not to hurt yourself. And that's it. So that's it, guys. I am done with this for Locs. Looks promising. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but there's so much flyaway in this hair. I'm obviously gonna have to start to trim. See, I hate this brand of hair. Like, it is not a good brand for Faux Loc. It's just so messy. So yeah, see, so many flyaways, which I'm gonna have to start trimming with my scissors. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really messy. So this is a lot of work, but anyways, this is it. So this is basically what I did in the entire hair. You already saw how I did it. You saw the spacing and everything. So yeah, I guess this I hope you found this video useful. I hope this video was helpful to you. Like I said before, I'm trying my best to do talk through videos, so I feel like I'm talking to you. I feel like talk through video is way more helpful than me not saying anything. But again, just let me know if you prefer to talk through videos. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye. Oh, I'll be talking to you in my next DIY video. Bye.